Yeah. Very good afternoon to the viewers of today's VCM on very, very important topic, a way forward to the women's financial inclusion. This program is being conducted under the auspices of Investor Education and Protection Authority, jointly with the two very prominent committee of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Committee for Capital Market and Investors Protection, and the Committee for Women Empowerment. We have with us our dignitaries, galaxy of dignitaries with us, very learned council member, CA Pramod Jainji, who is the central council member. Second time he is elected as the central council member, and he is authority on the subject of company laws. I know him prior to as a CCM. I know him as a faculty wife. So he is the authority on that subject. We have Lieutenant Colonel Tushar Anand sir, the General Manager of IPF Authority, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. We have very learned faculty who is kind enough to spare some time for this valuable occasion. CA Dr. Pinky Agarwal ma'am. We have AGM of IPF Authority, Mr. Sumit Agarwal sir. So we welcome all the dignitaries on this virtual event. Although we were expecting 75 physical event, but because of this corona pandemic, to start with, on the day, this Girl Child Day, we celebrate this event as a women specific day. So I would request CA Pramod Jain sir for his opening remarks. Sir, you are on mute.
Thank you, Dr. Amit Agarwal ji. Chief guest for today, Lieutenant Colonel Tushar Anand ji, GM of IEPF, Sumit Agarwal ji, HM IEPF, and the speaker for the day, the lady, because today is the Lady Day, and it is about a way forward to the women financial inclusion, CA Dr. Pinky Agarwal ji. Tushar ji, Sumit ji, Pinky ji is already knowing that ICI, of course, is a institute which was formed by an act of parliament in 1949, much before even the Republic Day, which we are celebrating, that is 26 January 1950, when the constitution was formed. Much prior to that, the CA Act was formed. Currently, we have 3,25,000 members and around 8 lakh students. And having 164 branches and 43 overseas chapters. Sir, if I talk about women members, we have got this committee in our institute, the Women Members Empowerment Committee. And I am the vice chairman of this committee for this year. We are having around 28% of female members. And heartening to know that student strength is more than 40%. And the past percentage of female members is much more than the male members. So in the coming time, there would be more female members as compared to male members in the institute, maybe 10 years down the line. And then, of course, we'll have a change in the committee name from Women Empowerment Committee to Men Empowerment Committee, because the men would be lesser in the institute, I would say. But yes, very, very important that, yes, if I talk about investors' education, the role of females is very, very important. If I talk about, there is another concept for our institute, that is financial and tax literacy. And we have got a website, FTL, out there. In that case, the basic one of the intent is to educate females about the financial issues, so that once a female of a house, she understands the financial issues, the problems which are there, the safety out there, then the whole family gets educated. And today, what we will be, Pinky ji would be sharing, of course, she will be talking on a higher level of the woman inclusion in the financial, woman's role in the financial inclusion, and the role of IPEF and, of course, Investor Education Protection Fund. This fund have been educating I would say citizens at large, that how to safeguard themselves from various frauds. So I'm looking forward to this session. My best wishes, and thanks to both Tushar ji, Sumit ji, and the speaker today, Pinky ji, for sharing for you're going to share your views, which will be really helpful to the members at large. Thank you very much, and hoping for a great learning session today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pramod Jain sir, because to start with the opening remark by a very learned person like Pramod Jain sir, I think half of the work of the session is already being done, because a good start is always giving us a boundary what is going to be discussed. And it's very, at a personal note, it's very encouraging for me also. Although I'm an officer of ICI, I know this data, but today we have heard from the mouth of vice chairman of this Women Empowerment Committee. I'm father of one only single girl child I have. So today, today is the day of girl child, and our Senate GM sir is also having two daughters. So for both of us, I think it's a matter of pleasure that girl child is doing wonders in comparison to men. So we are proud fathers, sir. So thank you for your wonderful opening remark. And now let me take opportunity to introduce our chief guest of the day, Lieutenant Colonel Tushar Anand sir. He's a 98th batch army officer, and he has served. He joined the army on 7th March 1998, and he has served 23 years of service with Indian Army, and he has handled various portfolio, various challenging tasks he has taken. In the various discussion with him, I found him a very innovative person. He always have good ideas, new ideas for, because I was associated with this committee. Earlier it was known to CC7FIP. That time, 5 years back, also I handled this committee, sir. But I never seen that kind of change in IPFI, because he is having wonderful ideas. Every time because he piloted some projects for NCC students, he piloted for Army, women, Virangnas, and now to celebrate this specific day, Girl Child Day, he requested us to have this program. So I think under his able leadership under the IPFA, IPFA will be reaching to hard to reach areas and really needy persons who really require investor awareness. I would request Honorable GM IPFA, Lieutenant Colonel Tushar Anand sir, for his words of wisdom. Over to Tushar sir.
Thank you, Amit. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Very good.
Thank you, Dr. Amit. Thank you, Pramod ji, Dr. Pinky Garwal ji, Sumit, AGM, IPFA, other dignitaries, and my dear friends. So today is a very unique day. When we say women empowerment, it is not a girl child day, but at the same time, it has got a larger impact for a country like ours, wherein financial literacy plays a very important role. Initially, it was the literacy for everybody, and now it is the financial literacy which is the mandate with IPFA, which is very important. As per the latest survey, we know that 27% of India is only financially literate. So we have to bridge this gap of 73%. And Investor Education Protection Fund Authority, IPFA, is the statutory body and has the legislative mandate to bridge this gap and bring this 27% of financial literacy and increase it further so that the gap can be bridged. Now, for this, what we are doing is that we are having a segmented approach. We understand that India, because of its diversity, because of its various different segment of society, we have got 80 crore plus population residing in villages, and their needs, and even in fact in a village also, there are three segments per se. One is the women folks, the men folk, and the young crowd. 65% of India is below 35 years of age, so they have got more risk-taking capacity vis-a-vis a woman folk oblique men folk in a village. The women folk in northeastern region are driving the economy of the region vis-a-vis as central India or northern India, it will be something else. So the dynamics are totally different, and we have to have a segmented approach. And so IPFA with the knowledge partner ICAI is coming up with lot many schemes wherein we are reaching out to for Mahila Samu, or for that matter northeastern region, the cooperative societies, or for that matter now recently we're going to come up with a project Gullak, wherein we will be reaching out to school children so that we make them understand importance of budget, importance of planning, how to go about it, have a minor account, so that they come into the understanding of why finance is important, importance of money, and they can also be part of the change and be a responsible citizen as they grow up. So aim is to reach them out at the young age, to make them, educate them at their level of understanding, and to upgrade them thereon. So there will be a continuous hand holding. IPFA is committed to doing all of this, and with knowledge partner as ICAI, I think we can do wonders together. And women empowerment is very, very important. Whether it is a housewife, whether it is a young lady who wants to have a startup of her own, how to plan it, how to go about it, or for that matter, as a member of a corporate society or Mahila Samu, if we empower the woman with the basic knowledge of financial literacy, how to manage funds, how to take soft loans from which all places, how to plan, be a good entrepreneur, or have a process of financial understanding of various instruments, what are the options available, what are the social security schemes which are available to them, then the dependency on men folks reduces drastically. So when we are doing this, we are empowering them with the knowledge base. And what best we could thought of was ICAI, because ICAI has got its own credibility, it's got a reputation, and in a way, IPFA and ICAI has been married to this concept of imparting financial literacy pan India, different segment of society. And to start off, in fact, we said under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, why not first go in for women empowerment? And we have got Dr. Pinky Agarwal ji. We are waiting for you to listen about financial literacy. But yes, for us at IPFA, financial literacy and women empowerment is very, very important. And we intend to take it to a greater height so that we can reach the far-flung areas of the country and live up to the mandate of the authority. With this, I thank you, and I'm looking forward towards a great session. Thank you.
Thank you, Tushar sir, for your words of wisdom. Really, it was insightful that you have given a picture of IPFA and the expectation of IPA, the initiative taken by the IPFA, jointly with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and other sister institutions. So now the day is of women's, and I would request CA Pinky Agarwal for her delegation. Before to that, I would like to take opportunity to introduce her. I know her since past few years. She is very dedicated professional. By profession, she is a chartered accountant, and currently she is in academia. She is serving with IBM Group of Institutions, a multidisciplinary B school, as a head of Center of Policy Study, a center of excellence in the country, having focus on education, research, and development trainings, etc. So CA Pinky Agarwal is having more than 24 years of experience in his professional capacity. She helped out ICI in various courses designed in the capital market. So, sir, we in the Committee for Capital Market and Investors Protection, we have 4 certificate courses. One is on Forex and Treasury, another is on Derivatives, third is on Capital Market and Securities Laws, and fourth is on Fundamental and Technical Analysis. She is contributing in designing the course module. She is contributing delivering the lecture, and it's 4 technical subjects, and chartered accountants are the participants. So that way she's helping us out. I'm very thankful to her that on a phone call away, she was having COVID, even then she accepted my request, and now by grace of God, today she is delivering this lecture. With these words, I would request CA Pinky Agarwal for our delegation.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
I really thank everyone here, especially Dr. Amit Agarwal ji, who is giving me abundant opportunity to spread the awareness of capital market and investor protection. I also thank our chief guest, late Colonel, our Colonel Tusharji, Sumitji, and I really look forward that the women empowerment should be taken care of, and we should move forward towards this capital protection and investment protection fund and avail this investment protection fund. So before starting this, I just want to share my screen. Share my screen. So our topic today is a way forward to women's financial inclusion. So we are going to find out how women's financial inclusion can be encouraged. So before starting this, I want to start with some quotes like Vinastriya Jananam Nasti, Vinastriya Gamanam Nasti, Vinastriya Srishti Nasti. Without women, there is no birth. Without women, there is no vision. Without women, there is no life. And without women, there is no world at all. Because Janani Janmu Rumisha, Sarvagadi Dapi Garyasi. Mother and motherland are superior even to heaven. So what we have to do, we अपनी बेटी पर अभिमान करो, जन्म होने पर सम्मान करो, बेटी बचेगी, सृष्टि रचेगी. So महिलाएं हैं देश की तरक्की का आधार, उनके प्रति बदलो अपने विचार. So with this, I start my presentation. So what, as per the World Data Atlas, female population of India has increased from 280 million to 669 million in 2021. And with the latest data as on 21st January 2022, the women population, the female population has increased to 681 million. So with we can see that there is a drastic increase in the population of female as compared to the male. But what happens, as per the National Family Health Survey report, it has been noticed that in the urban areas, the female ratio is lesser than 1,000 females per males. So what can be the reason behind it? Whether people are not encouraging female child or like that. So this we can see also with the graphic representation of Statista 2020. This is the latest graphical representation where we can see that the female ratio is decreasing nowadays. So what we have to do, even though the female, so we can see there is a huge concentration of female in the rural areas. So our work needs to start for this financial inclusion. It should start from the rural areas. If we want to start our financial inclusion or women empowerment, it should start from the rural areas because there the concentration of female population is more. So let us see first what is financial inclusion. So people think financial inclusion means only savings, or we can say availing credit facility. It's not like that. Financial inclusion means more. It also means protection, means the retirement planning. You can get it through insurance, affordable credit. Not only credit, that means we should not avail credit. It should be affordable credit, bank accounts, financial advice, the payments and remittance through proper banking channels. This means financial inclusion. So what happens here, how to avail this financial inclusion? So financial inclusion, what is the basic purpose of financial inclusion? The financial inclusion helps lift people out of poverty. It can help speed economic development. It can draw more women into the mainstream of economic activity, harnessing their contribution to society. This was written, these beautiful lines were written by Sri Mulayani Indravati. So financial inclusion is so important for the economic development, societal development, and for the overall development of the society. We need financial inclusion. Now, what should be the object? What is the actual objective of financial inclusion? The actual objective of financial inclusion is to secure financial services and products at economical prices. So here, if we want financial services, okay, we can avail financial services, but it should be at affordable prices. Then only the rural people, the people from village they will not be reluctant to avail these financial services. They are always reluctant because they feel that the transaction cost, usage cost is very costly. So here, if they can get this financial services at a very cheaper cost, at economical prices, that will be wonder for them, and they can definitely avail these financial inclusion, we can say financial services. Not only they should get financial services at economical prices, it should be tailor made and customized. So here everyone has got different you can say requirement. So we as a financial service provider, if we look at the different needs and requirement, especially the economically backward society people, we can tailor made and customize the financial solution to poor people. And in this way, what happens, they will be very happy to avail the financial services. So here it should be as per the individual financial condition, household needs, preferences, and income levels. So it should not be like constant or consistent for everyone. It should be different for different people, different society. Again, we have provided the financial services. Of course, a lot of efforts have been taken by the government to provide financial services. But whether financial awareness has been there, it's not there. Like we have already known that the financial literacy and financial awareness, like Tusharji mentioned, only 27% is there. So we need to create this financial, we being the contributor to the society, we should have the responsibility to increase the awareness and the benefits of financial services. We should improve the financial literacy among all these economically underprivileged section of the society. So what basic objective of the, means you can say the financial service provider, is to create awareness. Okay, we have this financial services, you can avail it at this price, and it is designed as per your needs. Next, again, what is happening, there is a lot of you can say mobility factor hindrances which create problem in availing these financial services, especially in the rural areas. So what happens if everything is being digitalized? This will really create again wonders to the people. So here the basic objective is to, although a lot of efforts have been made by the government to digitalize the payment, everything. After demonetization, we have noticed the digitalization effect. So here we need to create more, bring in more digital financial solution for the economically underprivileged people. And we need to build a nation mobile banking or financial services. Next, what we have to do, okay, there are limited number of financial institutions. So we need to increase this. So it should be increase in volume. There should be increase in volume. There should be increase in the numbers of the financial institution. Then only there will be competitiveness among them. They will offer competitive rate to the people, and ultimately they will cater to the needs of the poor people. So here there is a need for the increase in the number of the financial institution. There should be a lot of increase in the financial institution. It should be digitalized, and there should be proper financial products for the suitable, as per the suitability of the people. And ultimately, what should be the aim? The aim will be to build and maintain financial sustainability. So here we need to maintain the financial sustainability and achieve the sustainability development goals. The sustainability development goals, which is very important, which is the basic motto of our nation throughout the world, it is being aspired now. Now let us see what is the state-wise index of financial inclusion. So the pyramid is divided into 3 tiers. The high, we can see that Kerala, Maharashtra, Karnataka, there is a high level of financial inclusion there. Here, people, they have financial awareness also. They have financial literacy. This is a survey from a very renowned, you can say, site. So this is high level of financial inclusion is concentrated in these states. Medium level of financial inclusion is in there: Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana. And there's a low level of financial inclusion in West Bengal, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Meghalaya, and so on and so forth. But if we see overall, all India level falls in the medium financial inclusion category. So what we have to do, we all have to make an effort to push this financial inclusion from the median level to the high level of financial inclusion. And this can only be done by creating awareness and financial literacy. So what are the strategic pillars of financial inclusion? In what grounds means we can what are the efforts we need to do in order to promote this financial inclusion? First, there should be universal access to financial services, and there should be a basic bouquet of financial services. So basic services should be provided to the whole, means you can say, people of the society, but there should be access to skill development and livelihood. So only the financial services is not sufficient. Whenever they are availing financial services, they should be shown the path where they are going to channelize their money which they are going to get from the bank. Again, financial literacy and education should be there. If all these are there, there should be one cell, customer protection cell, wherein their grievances can be heard and it can be solved, and there should be effective coordination. So just not only building financial institution, promoting more financial products, services, digitalization will not help. There should be a proper coordination between the financial service provider and the financial, means you can say the person who is availing the financial services. So to make financial services or to promote financial inclusion, there's not only the financial services should be available, it should be easily accessible, it should be affordable to all the citizens in a safe and transparent manner to support inclusive and resilient multi-stakeholder-led growth. So here it is very important to make these financial services accessible, affordable, and available at right time to the right person. So if we leverage all these financial services with proper technology, and if we go for, of course, this will lead to sustainable financial inclusion. Now let us see what is the gateway to financial inclusion, how you can enter to the financial inclusion world. So we can see one person who is unserved. And if this person is unserved, that means he's not having any basic bank account. He is having access or limited, you can say restricted access to financial services, and he relies on cash economy. So I've heard a lot during demonetization, people suffered due to this cash economy only. They were fully dependent on the cash transactions and they were not availing the digitalized payment system, everything. So they suffered a lot, their business suffered a lot. Now come the digitalized or come, they enter the financial inclusion arena, and what is happening? They can enter through banks, microfinance institution, mobile network operators, card companies, postal networks, financial cooperatives. So all these are financial service providers, and they help you to enter the financial inclusion area, or you are entering the financial world. Now what is happening? They are entering by saving or by remitting. So they are using proper banking channels. All these NBFCs, any institute they can avail, and they are saving there. They are availing credit from there. They are making payments from those channels, and not only they are saving, they are also building assets. They are building assets for the future. They are building, what you can say, they are actually planning for the retirement also through insurance, proper insurance channel. So here, financial inclusion, again, let me just put emphasis to this, only through savings and availing credit, financial inclusion will not happen. Financial inclusion happens when we avail or when we are using all these proper channels, then only we are served. That means we are having a transaction account or a bank account and using broad range of financial services. So here, as a consumer, how an unserved consumer is entered into the served, you can say he's become a served consumer, that is a thing. Now, what role the financial service provider has to play in order to convince this unserved customer to become a served customer? What they have to do? They have to just come out with a broader inclusion plan or strategy. That means the strategy should be such that it should be enlarged, means all the people of the society should be covered in that financial inclusion, you can say, area. It should be customer centered product innovation. So the old traditional innovation, like for example, the traditional collateral system should be scrapped, and new different ways of collateral system, customized and tailor made, should be invented. So it should be customer centered. It financial capability, again, it should be as per the financial capability of the consumer. Strong consumer protection, better financial infrastructure, and there should be legal and proper legal and regulatory frameworks. So here what happens, if we look into all these areas and proper channelize the financial services, what will happen, more and more people will enter into this area and they will avail the financial services. So it is not the only responsibility of the common people to avail ki no, we have to enter into the financial inclusion and we need to just go for the development of the society by just availing all the financial services. It is also the duty of the financial service provider to just look after, cater to the needs of the consumers so that they are also happy and the financial service providers are also happy. Now here what happens, in order to promote financial inclusion, a lot of efforts have been made. Like for example, fintech. Fintech acts like a catalyst for financial inclusion. Fintech means you are combining the finance with the technology. Everything you can say again digitalized. So digitalization and fintech, they are playing a huge role in the financial inclusion. Like for example, crowdfunding, peer-to-peer lending, electronic wallets, all these are helping a lot in actually promoting the financial, you can say, awareness, the literacy. People are going, more and more people avail these e-wallets. And you can see not only the private sector banks, the public sector banks also, they offer lot of digitalized payments. So here what happens, RBI has taken a lot of efforts like unified payment interface, unstructured supplementary service data banking methods, immediate payment service, national electronic fund transfer, Aadhaar Pay, debit cards, Bheem Pay, credit cards. All these are the initiatives of RBI through which they are actually promoting this financial inclusion in the whole society. So rather, RBI started, you can say, financial inclusion in 2005 when they submitted their annual policy statement. And in their statement, they revealed that how people are not served. There are no proper banking channels, especially in the rural areas, and how they can approach these people and just create awareness among them. And immediately after that, in 2005 only, Khan Committee report came, and they actually stressed, they actually thought of different rural credit system, microfinance, all these they started coming into picture just to include the financial inclusion. It is in 2014 through Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana that this financial inclusion has taken a hype, and now people are actually availing this financial services and products. So it has created it's a flagship, you can say, program of government, and we are going to cover this in a very short time, how it has promoted financial inclusion, especially among the women. Now let us know financial inclusion for women empowerment. People say, okay, financial inclusion for women empowerment. Now, how the woman is empowered? Let us see first how you can empower the woman. The women can be empowered, especially the low income groups, by increasing, first of all, we need to create financial awareness. What is the benefit of financial awareness? Why you should avail the financial services? They think, okay, paise jama karne, okay, we need to save money. I can save money in my locker. I can save money in my gullak, piggy bank. Why will I avail the banking channels? Why will I visit banks? Why will I visit any other financial institution, go there? So there are lots and lots of, you can say, hindrances in their path through which they are not able to avail this. So what is happening? First, we need to empower them. And they can be empowered only by increasing financial awareness. So how they can this can be done? We need to encourage them. Okay, you save money. You save money not in gullak, not in your, you can say, Almira or something like that. You save money in proper financial institution. What will happen? This will be saved. In return, you will be getting some interest on that. That will be, you are exposing. So you just expose them to different, various, multiple saving instruments. So earlier, what happens? There were lots and lots of, you can say, formalities, legal formalities, lot of documentation was there, and KYC, all these, they again used to get scared. Okay, we need to submit a lot of documents, so I am not going to avail the banking channels. So what we have to do, we have to just encourage them ki no, you don't require so many documentation now. You just have to deposit money in the banks for your future purpose. And what will happen if you're saving money? Of course, in the future, you can really, it will help you to come out from your poverty if you are saving money, little bit of money you are saving. And what will happen? The third thing, how you can empower the women by making them financial independent. So it is not that you just have to give money to them every time. You make them financial independent by just, you can just show them how different forms of credit is available in the market at cheaper rates, especially for the startups. So startup women, they can avail the credit facility at a cheaper rate, at a discount rate, and also apart from traditional collateral, they can get it through different types of collateral means also. So here, if we want to empower women, we need to create financial awareness. Second, we need to encourage them to save. And the third, we need to make them financial independent. Then only there will be women empowerment. So if we can see that if they have proper access to credit, if they are having proper access to credit, we can see women in the labor market, we can see women-owned entrepreneurs, and women households. In a household also, they will play a very important role in managing their money. So here, as per Chetna Galasina, founder of Mandoshi Mahila Sahakari Bank, she said, despite constraints, rural women entrepreneurs follow the motto, my courage, my capital. It is our responsibility as financial service provider to create an ecosystem for them to deploy this capital of courage. So here, let them be independent. It's not necessary to help them. Let them feel that they are independent, and as financial service provider, help them to generate capital for them. So here, that will be the day when women will be empowered, and of course with the financial inclusion. So here we can see there are a lot of hindrances to this financial inclusion of women. 1 billion, as per Women's World Banking Report, 1 billion women remain outside the formal financial system. That's a huge number. And the basic problem, the major problem is gender-based barriers. So here still in Bangladesh, Turkey, a lot of Egypt, there are many countries in India also, this gender-based barrier women faces. And because of this, they are not able to enter the avail the financial services. As per periodic labor force survey 2019, this is all before pandemic, because pandemic data, if we are keeping, it will not give a correct picture. So women's, you can see it was, they were employed 18.6% as compared to 55.6% for men. As per Global Banking Alliance also, 72% of men have access to accounts, while only 65% of women have this access to the account. And 80% of the loan volume and 75% of deposits are owned by the men. But again, lot of periods have lapsed. Now, a lot of awareness have been created because of the government effort. Now, women are also entering and they are also availing this services. Let us see what are the barriers from the demand side, from the supply side, and the legal and regulatory barriers. So from the demand side, if we see, there are a lot of barriers, like lack of bargaining power within the household. So they have a very weak bargaining power within the household. They cannot bargain, they cannot argue in the household. So if someone is saying you cannot go out, okay, they have to listen. Concentration in lower paying economic activities. So you can see in rural areas, the women are engaged in the field work. So they are engaged more in the lower paying economic activities. So all the lower economic activities, you can see agriculture, all these, they are focused on that. They do not come out from that area because again, social hindrances, we can say. Competing demand. So here again, the first objective of the woman is said, ki, okay, you have to work first, you have to finish your household work, domestic work, then only you can do other work. Okay, so that is the thing. People say, ye tumhara dharma hai, pehle first you have to complete your domestic work, then only you can think of the other work. So this is also a basic barrier, and lack of assets for collateral. So if they want to start their women say led enterprises also, they are not having any proper collateral. So here all these are demand side barriers. Let us see what are the supply side barriers. So reduced mobility. So here we can see still now also, if a male is transferred, okay, the whole family follows that male. But if a female is transferred, it is not possible. She has to refuse that, you know, because of the family reason, she cannot accept any promotion, and sometimes she is not able to take the transfer also. So reduced mobility due to constraints or social norms, all these act as a barrier for the women, you can say. Lack of gender specific policies and practices. So there are still gender specific policies which women cannot avail. Inappropriate distribution channels, lower rates of digital inclusion. So these are again gradually diminishing or decreasing, especially during pandemic. Digitalization happened in a drastic manner. So now we can say that this has improved a lot. Again, from legal and regulatory barriers, we can see account opening requirement is a disadvantage for women. Like I mentioned earlier also, a lot of documentation is required. They need KYC, they need different types of legal formalities. So yesterday I was seeing that in AU Bank, they have just removed all these documentation process. So pay slip, if you want to deposit money, still pay slip needs to be filled in. But in AU Bank, they are not actually promoting this. So here what happens nowadays, you can say the bankers have also changed the perception. So if they are also embracing the digitalization, they are also removing the barriers because of which the people cannot avail financial services. So formal identification, again, they need a formal identification, which also because of which they feel reluctant to avail these financial services or visit any branches of the bank. Legal barriers to owning and inheriting property and other collateral. So now, still, even though Supreme Court has allowed that a female can be the co-parsoner of her means ancestral property, but still in many societies, in many cities also, this is not again promoted. Still people feel, you know, this she's not having any legal, you can say, rights on the ancestral property. Lack of gender inclusive credit reporting system. So all these barriers create a lot of hindrance in the path, and they are not able to avail the financial services in a smooth manner. And because of this, still 1 billion women remain outside the formal financial system. So Women's World Banking System, they are from since 40 years, they are trying, and with the, you can say, collaboration of Government of India, especially Bank of Baroda, and they have they have surveyed, and now they are trying to approach the rural society and the women to enter into the financial, to avail these financial services. Now let us see what can be the recommendation to strengthen the presence of financial inclusion. First, since we want to see more presence in the financial market. Now, for that, we have seen that the financial market systems are not working for women. They are not at all willing to enter in the, you can say, financial market system. I have interviewed many people. They are still not aware of this financial market system, the functioning of the market system. They earn, even though they are at a very good position, they are working also, still they do not invest their money in the financial market. So what we have to do first, we have to improvise this area, because of this financial market system, or you can say our actually country, it's a big pillar on which the economic development of our country is standing. So here what is happening? First, we need to create a vision. So we need to create a vision on among all the women, how this system can be adopted, how it can be. It means you can avail the services, or you can invest your money in the financial market system. So you need to create a vision, or you can say awareness among them, and then we need to design, and we need to design in such a manner so that they do not waste. So here we can say the mutual fund is the best example, through which they are now readily accepting this. They are investing in the market now through mutual fund companies. Why? Because okay, they feel okay, small money they are investing. They are not afraid of losing money, and of course they are getting big means companies help. So portfolio managers, they help them to invest their money. They are well educated and well experienced in their field, so they are not afraid of investing in the financial market. So not only creating a vision and designing the system for them, we need to monitor and measure results also. So what is happening? We should keep on monitoring and finding out the result. Okay, whether it is going on smoothly or it has stopped. So if it has stopped, how more things we can implement so that they can avail the facility. So here what we have to do, we have to see that there should be you can say entry of women in this financial market system also. What other things can be done to you can say strengthen the position of the women's financial inclusion? First, you need to create relevant and simplified products for women. So there should be specific, here again I'm becoming gender biased, but here there should be specific and relevant, so that it becomes easier for them. Okay, this is only for women, so they do not feel afraid to invest their money. Promoting awareness, strengthening business correspondent network, and of course the most important thing is that is you need to just remove this sex disaggregated data. Now what is happening, how you can do all these things? You can do this by guaranteeing digital ID for all. So here, of course, the digital ID is for because of Aadhaar card. We all have our own identity now. So here, guarantee digital ID for all, data privacy and customer protection. This is very important. Why? Because sometimes they feel like afraid ki no, there is no privacy. Our name or each and every information will be leaked. People will know about that. So here we need to ensure them that there is a proper data privacy and protection system. You will be well protected even from your family members if you are investing somewhere. Increase in the woman presence in the leadership position. So here, sometimes, of course, this is a woman can understand another woman in a better manner. So if they are in a leadership position, and if they only promote and create awareness among the common masses, especially the women, of course, the women will listen to her, and they will also join the, you can say, the bandwagon. Okay, now we need to start this financial literacy and financial inclusion in our society. So here it is best to allow a woman to promote financial awareness or financial literacy among women only, because they can better explain them in a more simpler way. Ensure digitalization of government payment channels and innovative products with product designs. So there should be different product designs. We have already covered. Reduce entry access and usage cost and barriers to financial services. So all the financial barriers should be removed. There should be a reduction in the entry access and the usage cost. So many banks, especially Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, they do not require any transaction. They are not charging any transaction cost. There is no minimum account amount also you need to invest. So a lot of things have been done by the government. Allow alternative sources of collateral. So if you allow, if the financial service provider are allowing different forms of collateral apart from the traditional collateral that will really help the women entrepreneurs to come forward and avail this credit facility and start their startups, and which will of course help in the economic development of the society. Apart from all this, there should be also proper, you can say, channels through which they can plan for their pension and other social transfer programs, so that they do not feel reluctant to leave their place of say birth or the place where they married. They can leave and they are fully secure for the present and also for the future also. So what happens? All these can be fulfilled because the government has taken an effort of Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile Jam Trinity, we can say, and the basic objective is to bring 230 million unserved and underserved women into the formal financial services ecosystem. So what is happening? Why mobile is so important? So here people say mobile is important. Okay, social media, WhatsApp, all these are there. But apart from that, mobile is very, very important because it is convenient. You can sit at home. You don't have to visit the bank. Again, a woman who is very busy throughout the day with her family, she can find at her convenience. She can use the financial services. She can avail this financial services at her convenience. Safety. So here in rural areas, it's very difficult to travel. So what happens even in the remote area, if they are having the mobile, they don't have to travel to and fro from the bank. Again, so it reduces the risk. So here a woman with, if she has a small meager savings also, she can avail the financial services through mobile. Privacy. It really allows a greater privacy. So sometimes a woman, she wants to save money and she wants to hide from everyone. I have got so much savings because in rural areas you can sometimes some people find out that they are very afraid of their family members who can steal their savings. So what happens? This helps them to just hide their money. That means in a proper financial institution, they are safeguarding their money and they can use it for their future purpose as per their convenience. So this helps them a lot. And a better access. So mobile really helps them to have a better access. It's not necessary you should have an internet facility, you should have smartphone. There are lots and lots of things. USSD, like for example, you just have to /99 and then you can go into that and you can avail the. It's not necessary to have a smartphone, but of course, if they're having a smartphone and internet connection, they can really avail more and more financial products and services as per their convenience, safety, privacy, and easily accessible. So that was our pillar of financial inclusion. The financial inclusion should be easily accessible, affordable. So here, if it is there, of course, financial inclusion will happen. So what happens? We can see that financial inclusion is important for women, you can say micro, small, medium enterprises in India. It is very important. It is important for rural women. So remittances and payments should be done through financial to all these banking channels. These are very important and we need to provide them. Why? Because women are more active and committed savers. They are loyal customers. So here, like I told you, okay, they really like to save and they really love to save also, because I have seen my mom also, my family, a lot of female in my families also, they save a lot, but they do not save through proper banking channels. They are loyal customers and they can influence family members. So here once I just told them, okay, instead of saving money like this, why don't you use or why you're going for fixed deposits, just avail mutual funds. There are a lot of mutual fund companies. I can help you to invest your money. So what happens once I just told my mom and she just, so it's a very spread, it spreads like a fire. So what happens, the whole family, females, Masi and all that, they came to know and they started using that, availing this mutual fund facility. So what is happening? they can influence family members, and they act as a brand ambassador in their community. So they can really play a very great role in promoting the financial awareness and literacy, which I mentioned earlier. If you really want to promote it, so better to take the help of a female, because they have a favorable credit repayment behavior also. So if they take a loan, they are very religious, and they pay their credit, whatever they have taken a loan, they pay on time. And this segment is untapped. So see, the most important segment is untapped, and it is our responsibility, our financial institution responsibility, everyone in the whole society, it is a responsibility to tap this important section of the society and include the means you can say the financial products and services. Just let them avail these financial products and services. Now let us see what are the financial inclusion schemes in India, what the government has done to promote this financial inclusion. So the first flagship program I have already mentioned, which in 2014 the government introduced Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Atal Pension Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Vyay Vandana Yojana, Stand Up India Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, Jeevan Suraksha Bandhan Yojana, and so on and so forth. So here the government, like I told you, we don't have to, means not only saving should be there and not only credit facility should be there. There should be a program wherein they have a future protection, and this can be done through proper insurance. So what happens, the government, while introducing all these schemes, they also introduce the insurance scheme also, so that they have a proper future protection also. So here, let us discuss about some of the schemes in detail. So this Jan Dhan Yojana was introduced to make financially, means women empowerment was the basic objective. So Women's World Banking, through with the help of this Women's World Banking, they launched this flagship program. And what they found out is, so this is all a pilot survey which they had done. So they found out that women was having access with financial services through this pilot program. So 2011 and 2017, if they found out a drastic improvement in the women saving habits, you can say, especially. So what is happening, 26.5% to 77% it increased. Gender gap also reduced. So what is happening, 20% to 6% it reduced. Active bank account. So we can see the bank account was also, the woman was also operating the bank accounts because of this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. And 30% more women had average balance in Jan Dhan account as compared to men. So what is happening, this we can see that the women were more inclined, especially the rural, the women belonging to the rural society, they were more inclined towards this, you can say, flagship scheme of government. Now what happens, what was the basic objective was that they just asked the woman, okay, you invest, deposit 500 rupees, just a small 500 rupees 5 times, and they became active user for that. In return, they got overdraft facility, credit facility, whatever they saved. Then what happens, it helps them in actually making more relationship oriented business correspondence in the workforce. It actually promoted building gender diversity, so by increasing women business correspondents. Now here, let me just put a stress on that, like I mentioned, a woman can explain to another woman in a better manner. This is actually, they know how they will be encouraged, how they will be influenced. So they know how the woman understands other. So what happens, the bankers, what they did, they actually promoted. So they asked, okay, the RBI and NABARD, rather you can say, and Rural Financial Institution Program, they came out with a, you can say, a funda of bank sakhis. So earlier there were CICO agents, cash in, cash out. So what happens, these agents used to approach the rural women. they used to take the money from them and deposit from them, and they used to take out the money for them also. But being a male, they were reluctant to avail these services. So what happened when the bank sakhis came and approached this rural woman? They were very happy, and lots of women participated in this. So what happens? This was actually so what happens? We need to find out some innovative, different ways and means to how to encourage the women to enter in this arena. So that was one of the effort by the government to introduce this bank sakhis. And believe me, this has really now in June, as per the survey in June 2020, there are 9,000 bank sakhis all over India who are serving our banking channels. So here with this Jan Dhan Yojana, it was introduced to expand and make affordable access to financial services. This is as on May 2020, 21 crore Jan Dhan beneficiaries are women. Overdraft facility of 5,000, which has been increased to 10,000 now. So during pandemic, what the government did, the government actually they gave an incentive to deposit 500 over 4 months from April to June. And what happened? The account, in lieu of which the account holder received 10,000 overdraft facility. So what happens? Because of this, many dormant women accounts were actually, became active. So till now, 30,700 crores has been credited into the accounts of this Women Jan Dhan account. And now women are coming more and more. They are actively participating in Jan Dhan account, Jan Dhan Plus account, you can say, which is being created in collaboration with Women's World Banking. And it has proved that right encouragement and environment, women strive faster for financial independence and resilience. So this is the, you can say, the most important, the scheme of government, which has really promoted women entrepreneurs in our society. The next program is Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. So it was launched to finance small business entrepreneurs like manufacturing, trading, agriculture, poultry, dairying, bookkeeping, and they used to provide a term loan of rupees 3,000 crore up to. So you can see that here rupees 6.36 lakh crores has been sanctioned to women entrepreneurs till February 26, 2021. So this is all you can see how the woman is coming forward. They are becoming independent and they are getting proper hand holding from the government of India to just come forward and just come to the world. So what is happening? Again, the next scheme is Stand Up India scheme. Stand Up India scheme, it was launched in 2016 to promote entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs among the, especially the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and also women. And they used to facilitate bank loans value between 10 lakhs and 1 crore to at least one scheduled caste and scheduled tribe borrower and one woman borrower per bank branch. So what is happening? This was promoted per bank branch of scheduled commercial bank, they are going to give at least one loan to sanction this loan to this people, either scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, or women. And in 2019-20, the Stand Up India scheme was extended for the entire period, and now it has been extended to the period of 2020 to 25. So this is such a beautiful program wherein they approach the bank and they get the loan at a very minimal, you can say, documentation. They are not bothered. They don't have to bother about lot of legal formalities. What are the activities covered under the scheme? Greenfield enterprises. So in trading, manufacturing, loans, so pisciculture, beekeeping, poultry, livestock, all these agricultural activities, they can avail this loan from this bankers if they want loan for this. And of course, they are also involved in financial training, skilling, entrepreneurship development, and other things so as to create financial awareness and literacy among the people. So we can see that the sanctioned amount, how the sanction amount has changed, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and women, how they are availing, how much they have availed till now. And so it is creating a wonder, lot of change in the society because of all these schemes of the government. Everything is changing now. The next, so what I mentioned, not only the credit facilities to make them independent, of course, we need to ensure them future protection also. So future protection can be provided through proper insurance. So government has also launched two major, apart from other scheme, two major, you can say, insurance program, that is Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, wherein again the women are much benefited. So we can see achievement till July 2021, cumulative enrollments were 10.65 crores, rural enrollment was 4.53 crores. Out of all these, female beneficiaries were 3.07 crore. That is 45.4% of women had availed this Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. So which has really benefited, which will benefit the women later on in the future. The same thing is for Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. This is also focused on women. So total cumulative enrollments again was 24.03 crore, out of which 9.27 crores, that is 45%, nearly 45% were female beneficiaries. So what we can see, if given the right dose, we can say the right dose of, you can say, saving and the credit facilities, and of course the future protection, they will definitely come forward. This women will come forward and they will contribute to the development of the society as a whole also. Now, so we can let us hear from Shri Anurag Thakur also. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana has brought the unbanked into the banking system, expanded the financial architecture of India, and brought financial inclusion to over 40 crore account holders. A majority of the beneficiaries are women, and most of the accounts are from rural India. So here, the financial inclusion, we can say, it should start from rural India, and the government is taking really wonderful steps to promote this financial inclusion among women. We can also see 20 point. This is again surveyed in 2020, that greater financial inclusion, 20.33 crore women beneficiaries out of 38.13 beneficiaries we have Jan Dhan Yojana program में. Over 1.5 crore Sukanya Samriddhi accounts has been opened till now. 15 crore, with the figure has changed because this is a little bit older data. 15 crore Mudra loans sanctioned to female entrepreneurs. 7,000 products and services. Over 32,000 women entrepreneurs have actually availed it, and over 8,000 women entrepreneurs, they are operating from digitalized platform. So just we can see that how digitalization, how government efforts have really promoted not only the financial literacy, but they have also actually promoted the financial inclusion among the women. What other initiatives are taken by the government and Central Financial Institution of India? They have introduced National Strategy for Financial Education. So this is again, they are, so here now the traveling is not a barrier. They are saying mobility is not a barrier. They are sending mobile demo vans, okay, with the audio, video equipment, ATM, micro ATM, so that ghar pahuncha, everything is now available at your doorstep. Like you can order online, you can get everything online. So here the banking system is also now online, and it is at your door. So here doorstep. So here what is happening? It is enabling people to conduct digital transactions, and now people can avail the banking facility at their doorstep. They don't have to travel also. Universal access to mobile connectivity and digital expansion. So because of this bandwidth, means digitalization, the network, now it has reached throughout the whole nation, even in the rural areas. So everyone in the rural areas also, they have smartphone, they have internet connection, and they don't have any problem in using the digitalization facility. So here the government has taken efforts to provide all this mobile connectivity. Digital India, Make in India has happened. E-Rupee, so a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. So here it plays very important role in direct benefit transfer. And also digital governance. So we are moving towards digital governance and everything is digitalized. So the government has taken all the efforts for the digital payment, for the mobile connectivity, for digital India, and for creating awareness. Jandan Aadhaar Mobile, again, this is also which I mentioned earlier also, JAM Trinity, it is helping eKYC collection and authentication. So no need to visit the bank also to open a branch account. Everything is digitalized. So even when now we have to appoint the beneficiary for our pension funds, everything, this is all digitalized now. You don't have to visit any financial institution or banks for our transactions. So what is the way forward now? And women shouldn't be afraid to put themselves forward. So how it can be done? So this is all the latest news as per your Times of India news headlines dated 13th September 2021. So here, this is during pandemic only, when just lockdown was means it was. So here, more women workforce needed more than ever. So we witnessed that after lockdown, people were actually demanding more women workforce as compared to men, especially in IT companies like TCS, Wipro, Infosys, and they were on massive drive to recruit women professionals. Approximately 43% of the new hires in this industry belong to women category. So with nearly 8% contribution towards India GDP. So we can see that if more and more women enter into the professional world, how it will change the whole world, the GDP of India. IT industry is expected to convert the future of the employable women. So let's see whether it is going to happen. The Statista Research Department, January 21st, 2022, also found out that the employability rate from men in India stood at just under 46% in 2022. That means an increase in approximately 7% compared to the previous year. While on the other hand, the employability rate for women leaped from 41% to over 51%. So we can see a remarkable change in the employability of the woman. So if the woman is working, of course, her income is increasing. Her income is increasing, saving is also increasing, and of course, there will be one day there is, we can say, okay, everything, the woman empowerment, financial inclusion for women has happened. So here, the basic objective is to provide access to more women to work in order to accelerate the vision of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. That means if we want to achieve a 5 trillion economy and sustainable development goals, there are 17 sustainable development goals, out of which you can say majorly is focused on eradicating poverty, good health, gender inequality. So what is happening? All these are focused on mainly on this poverty and gender inequality. So this can only be achieved if women's financial inclusion happens. So here, let us see what what industries speak for women financial inclusion. The industry says, okay, greater women financial inclusion requires a more gender inclusive financial statement that addresses the specific demand and supply side barriers women face. Financially empowering a woman is to empower the entire family, which would increase the ability to fully engage in measurable and productive economic activity. This was quoted, means you can say, by Shri Amitabh Kant, CEO, Niti Aayog. Small finance banks. So here are Nitin Chugji, MD and CEO of Ujvin Small Finance Bank Private Limited. What he has to say, small finance banks play a significant role for the empowerment of women by providing them with working capital and financial assistance, which surely elevate living standards at a grassroots level. Again, we have Rishi Gupta ji, MD and CEO of Finno Payments Bank. India's financial inclusion framework can benefit deeply from harnessing the strengths and potential of women business correspondents. When provided adequate support and training, their capabilities as last mile delivery agents can be enhanced to improve women's financial health. So here we have also one renowned South Arabian ambassador who believes, truly believe that liberty for a woman comes from the ability to make financial decisions for her life. So here the industry also feel that women's financial inclusion plays very important role in the economic development of our country. So we can see a lot of women who is actually, you can say, made India proud. Now here, like we can say Priyanka Chopra, what she feels that women should be financial independent. It doesn't matter who your father is, doesn't matter who your husband is going to be, doesn't matter who your brother is, doesn't matter who the man in your life is. You need to be responsible for your finances and be financial independent. We have other big celebrities also who have really mentioned and said a lot about financial inclusion, like Nelson Mandela. Freedom cannot be achieved unless women have been emancipated from all kinds of oppression. Like Meghan Markle also, she believes women don't need to find their voices. They need to be empowered to use it, and people need to be urged to listen. So we need to make equal pay and equal opportunity for women and girls a reality. So women's rights are human rights once and for all. So when women do better, economies definitely do better. And as rightly said by Tusharji also, we have investor protection fund the government has taken, has released. They are still taking a lot of efforts to promote the financial inclusion of women especially. So they, like he mentioned, there is a budget bullock they are going to introduce after the budget, and they have demarcated a special fund, investment protection fund, through which they are going to promote financial awareness, and they are promoting financial awareness and protection through SEBI's different type of program, and in collaboration with ICI, they have really reached to lot of, you can say, milestones, and they are gradually promoting a lot of financial awareness and investor protection programs. Now let us see what will be the outcome if we go for women's economic empowerment, women's financial inclusion outcomes, and how the system will change. So what will happen if there is women's economic empowerment? There is an increase in the number of poor women. Now, poor women, how they are going to invest in their business, and which will inculcate the self-esteem in them, and they will feel independent. So what is happening? How the women's empowerment happens? The women's empowerment happens when they take their right decision for their finances, invest their money properly, they feel confidence, and their self-esteem rises to a greater height. And what happens? They have a say in the family also, be it income, expenditure, everything, in mobility also. So what is happening? The women empowerment can only happen if these things happen, especially in the underprivileged section of the society. How women's financial inclusion will help? Women's financial inclusion can only happen if there is an increase in the number and the volume of women they are using digital payment services, or women coming, they are starting their own enterprises through digital payment services also, or through any financial services they are starting their, you can say, startups. There is an increase in the number of women availing loan. So if they avail loan, then only our chain system, credit chain system facility will happen, credit system. So what is happening? Increase in the number of women can only be there if they are getting a loan apart from traditional collateral securities. So this can happen only, so a woman entrepreneurs, women-led entrepreneurs can happen, and they can use more and more digital platforms if they are getting the loan, without any traditional collateral system. Increase in the number of women if they use e-wallet system. So instead of using cash system, if they use e-wallet system, again, they will be promoting financial institution, proper banking system. And e-wallets should be not only increase in the number, it should also increase in the number of volume. There should be increase in the numbers for using the mentioned SICO agents, or you can say bank sakhis. So bank sakhis will play really very important role in actually, you can say, increasing the women's financial inclusion. Now let us see with the effort of this how the systematic change will happen. The whole system, the whole financial system will change. The percentage of banks and fintech companies will rise, of course. They will be in a competitive position and they can offer competitive rates to these people. So at a cheap, they can offer cheap rates, they can offer special rates, incentives, discount to the women so that they can avail the credit facility because they can also increase in the number of female agents. So what will happen? The banks, so this will increase the employability rate of women also. And here, what will happen? The whole transactions of the business, the banking transaction, not only will increase in number, it will also increase in the volume. Now, in between the agents, the number of partner payment service which the system provides, they will also benefit because of this women empowerment and financial inclusion. They can really work in the area of providing non-collateralized loan to the women, or say at a subsidized rate. They can improve the laws, regulation and policies so that the more women can have formal identification, they can come forward and avail the financial products and services without any hesitation. So here, what will happen? The women's empowerment or women's financial inclusion not only benefit them, it benefit the society as a whole. It benefit the whole financial system. So this is our now responsibility if we want to change the whole financial system or benefit the whole financial system, we should increase, we should see a surge in the number and the volume of banking transaction, especially dealt by the women. So here, when women progress, we all progress. No country can get ahead when it leaves half of its people behind. So here, a leading woman and a woman lead. So there will be like our Pramod ji said, 10 years down the line, there will be man empowerment program, not women empowerment program. But I feel that no, it is equal. The day will come, the gender inequality will be removed. And when the woman comes forward, that means it will be equal in number. And we don't require any empowerment or encouragement. Both the genders will have equal say and they will be contributing to our nation as a whole. I really salute to the government initiatives which they are taking a lot and creating financial awareness and literacy among the whole nation. Thanks a lot from my side.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, some questions are also sent. Someone, I'm just reading the same. Just a minute, madam. Madam, one question is, what are all the new avenues for women entrepreneurs at present?
I can't hear. What are the?
What are all the new avenues for women entrepreneurs at present?
Okay, so like I mentioned, the capital markets, it's a real means you can say challenging, and it's a beautiful area where people can enter and invest. The women especially invest their savings because still it is, I can say, the women, they are reluctant to avail the financial market system. So I feel this is the best way to invest your money and contribute to the GDP of our nation. So they should go for the financial market system, capital market. They should avail the services of capital market. I will also request Tusharji also to contribute to my answers, because he's the best man in this area, hailing from that area, so he can also add to my answers if he wants.
Thank you so much, Pinky ma'am. So basically, as you were mentioning, in fact, you have covered very nicely the whole subject of financial literacy for the women empowerment. And I strongly feel that now there has been an ecosystem wherein the women entrepreneurship is taking a lot of momentum, and people are coming out of that, even if they are not aware of the whole process, but they are taking that initiative wherein from being a single-preneur at the household level, from basic small activities, they are getting into groups and into corporate society, even jointly. They are also coming up with startups, all women startups also. So predominantly, it is a change of mindset that is very important. So once we are at IPFA, we are triggering that change in the mindset of the women folks of the country, because I strongly feel that if the women, in a way, we want to empower them, I think financial literacy or financial know-how, how to manage their funds, because the whole house is running around the fulcrum of the women folks of the house. So if they are the pivot of the house, it is very important the pivot should know how to manage and how to plan various expenditures at the grassroots level as a household expenditure, and later on they can also endeavor, and like they are getting into new startups, that how to plan their budget there. So what I have found while interacting at different levels in our organization is, so the lack of understanding and bridging knowledge is available. It is available on Google, it is available on YouTube, so many information is available, but how to, the link, how we can, establish the link, and where, at which all locations, what I'll say, if suppose you want loans, soft loans, or you want to register, where to register. So those informations are available in bits and pieces. As a package is what I feel that there is a issue. So for that, what we have done is we are coming up with plans with our partner institutes, wherein we make them, empower them as not only understanding basic finances or financial literacy for that matter, but also giving them impetus that how they can, come out of their household work and also be participants of change for the economy, participate in the growth of the country. Because the moment the women folks are empowered, automatically the family members also are getting educated, and if the mother is educated, the child is also getting educated. If the child is getting educated at the right age, I'm sure they have got the leap of faith. They are young, and when they come into the job market, if they start planning on day one itself, on the first day of the job, when they join into it. And mother plays a very important role. If the mother makes a child understand the importance and value of money, I'm sure conscious decisions can be done at family level, and subsequently they can be take part into the development of the country by being good entrepreneur. Good ideation can take place, new schemes can come up. So hence I strongly feel that the mindset change has to be there. We have to trigger at the mindset so that we empower them, so much so that it is not understanding the value of money. It is also how to use money and where to use money, and if you want money, from where to get money. So there are so many things once you come to know, and then you have to stitch it into a chain of things so that you can empower yourself, come up with an idea, you become an entrepreneur, come into the market, and you establish yourself. As you gave your examples, so many prominent ladies who are either in the banking circle or as CEO of entrepreneur or in the political field or various other fields, sports, so yeah. So people are coming ahead, but I am sure with focused approach towards financial literacy and women empowerment, financial literacy is a very, very key factor for women empowerment, because when they are independent financially and otherwise, there's a lot of confidence in them, and since they have that vigor in them to deliver, automatically with this impetus of financial literacy, I think jointly we can do wonders, and we can, they can be part of the growth of the country.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for your response on this query. Now, next query is, if we as a financial service provider wish to reach out to the rural women for creating financial awareness and financial literacy, is there any mechanism or mode or design by IPFA for this, so that we can enroll and contribute for this novel cause? This is from Jesli Iyer from Western region, from Mumbai, Thane. Uh, Madam, before others speakers give you the response, I would like to brief you that under the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, we have every year we host a request on the website of ICI, and we circulate among the public at large through various modes available with us, that anybody who is willing to be act as a resource person for this investor awareness program, they are most welcome. This year we had a 6-day training program for them also, to brush up their skills on a particular domain, although they are expert of their domain, but to customize based on the particular segment or target group of audience, we had some customized training program. So you please do write to us on ccmip@ici.in, and we welcome you as a resource person, subject to fulfillment of other criteria and your interest. We can have over to other dignitaries to respond to this query.
So as regard IPFA is concerned, so we have got partner institute, whether it's ICI, ICSI, ICOI, IICA, and other like for the village community, we have got Indian Post Payment Bank or CSC e-governance. So we have got a lot of many organizations which are the partner organization with us. The knowledge partners predominantly is ICAI and ICSI. Depending on the reach of the organization, we create programs, and we have a segmented approach towards the programs. So yes, if you want to be part of it, then depending on the policy of the various partner institutes, you can get affiliated to the partner institute per se. But we, as an authority, we are working with the jointmanship of the partner institute. So as Dr. Amit Kumar Agarwal has said, that ICAI they come up with this notice on their website. So I'm sure you can reach out to them and be partner as per the policy of ICAI. However, as regard IPFA, we are dealing predominantly with our partner institute, and on our behalf, the partner institute a further jointmanship we are executing on ground, because we per se do not have a network of our own. We are with the partner institute for the same.
Tushar sir, I would like to add on what we both discuss on this aspect. It's a great opportunity, while it is going to be an interactive session, that anybody who is in the audience or viewer and who so wish to conduct some investor awareness program, it's my humble request to them. Please do write to us, reach to me or my secretary. My full secretary is there. And you please write on ccmip@ici.in. I will send a formal mail to all the viewers also, that you please select some target audience and you let us know what is their requirement, and whether you yourself or you know anybody who can deliver that lecture. We will be more than happy to organize that program. So it may be a self-help group of your area, and we wish to conduct more programs in the hard-to-reach area. It may be in any nook or corner of the country, even very small areas. We would be more than happy if you conduct these programs in Northeast. You conduct these programs in very small towns, village. I think we will provide our 100% support, and through our branches, we have 164 branches across country. through our branches, we will provide you logistic support. You just let us know this is the target group, and through this customized program, their financial literacy, their other awareness at they can be aware. So you please give us a proposal. It may be a verbal proposal also. You need not to write a formal proposal or 10-page proposal. You just give me few ideas. Our secretary will be reaching to you. They will discuss with you, and wherever if we think that mutually we can work out some program, definitely we will be happy to have some programs. And I'm confident. I'm happy to share with you that the GM IPFA Tushar sir is very kind. That he is always flexible to have some quality programs. So you please write to us. We will have some programs specifically customized for a target audience. Just for example, I am giving some food for thought. It may be a tax primary agriculture cooperative societies are there in the Gram Panchayat level. We can have for farmers. We have NCC candidates. We have army personnel, retired personnel. We have Gram Sabha meeting. At least 4 Gram Sabha meeting in a year are happening. At least on those days, for Narega workers we can do. So we can do for different segments. Now the farmer producer companies are there. We can do some programs. Some other segments are there. Some Panchayat Raj institution in each and every state. There is a Panchayat Raj institution. They have frequently they have training program for elected Panchayat Raj institution representative. It is a 3-tier institution. So if we go for Panch level, then thousands of the audience is available for us, and they can be a change maker because these people are located at village level. They are interacting with the people. They are representing a particular ward or mohalla, and if these people are being trained or aware for financial literacy, they can be a change maker. They can transform this knowledge to the public at large. So it is a very appreciable suggestion, and those who are really interested may please reach to us. It's a wonderful idea. So next question is, ma'am, is for you. How can women help in building a strong India?
So strong India means independent women. An independent woman will always make India strong. So they don't have to become dependent. If they channelize their savings in proper channels through financial institution, they will definitely become independent. So I feel that an independent India means independent India with independent women can really have making India possible.
Thank you, ma'am. Next question is, how can we help needy women to get benefit from these schemes?
We have already noticed that Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana has benefited women a lot. So they don't have to require a minimum amount in the balance. And during pandemic time, the government really transferred money, means 500 rupees throughout 4 months. And they just said that in lieu of that, they can get 10,000 rupees as overdraft facility. So these schemes are actually, if we closely monitor that, they are for the benefit of women only. So especially for the underprivileged society, the rural women. So it is not that the underprivileged or the rural women have to avail of this. Any woman can avail this and use this overdraft credit facility and can become independent. They can start their own enterprises and work for the development of the society as a whole.
Thank you, ma'am. If I correctly understood this question, I will pronounce this. How can we help needy women to get benefit of this scheme? So, yeah, of course, you have given an idea of other scheme also. But if I correctly understood, the viewer's question is the particular scheme of this IPFA scheme. So, I think if I can correctly understand, so let me respond it in a different way, that anybody who wish to help the women through this scheme, so they can be part of our investor awareness activities. They can associate it with the IPFA authority through any of the professional institution. or they can act as a resource person, number one. Number two, let me give you an idea that how one can benefit to the public at large. You just compile. I had a discussion, both of me and Pinky ma'am was not well, but I had a discussion with her, and I told ma'am that we should have a program specifically for girl child or women. So she designs, she compiles some schemes, and now she is sharing us. It's a lot of information she has shared. So similarly, if we really want to contribute, and if we really want to give something to the women, or we want to popularize the schemes of the government, let me share with you, there are a lot of schemes. Lot of schemes are there for each and everything. Women specific schemes are there. The constraint is people are not aware, number one. If they are aware, how to apply, that is the second challenge. Number three, who will do the follow-up? If you want to be a change maker, nothing like that. You please compile all the schemes of your area, applicable to your area. You select a particular area, you select as a particular SSG or some mola or some villages or cluster of villages or a block, or you, according to your reach or your strength, you can select a block or district also. Then you focus on the schemes prevailing in your area. You apply these schemes. You have a facilitator. There are certain not-for-profit organizations. They can also help you out. We can also work out something if really going to help the society at large. That first you compile the schemes, you publish the schemes, then you help the people to apply for the schemes, then you do follow up and get the real benefit. After that, I think it is going to serve the real purpose. If one person choose a particular mola, na, even if a very small area or boundary we select, then also we can contribute. But don't go for a district, don't go for a block. Just choose a village and bring some changes. You will see the change in the society. So, anyone else want?
So I will just say ki, if you visit Make in India site, there's a Make in India site. Everything is online. Or financialservices.com. You will get a lot of schemes there. Like Amit ji rightly said, we just have to be aware. We just want to compile all this scheme and go ahead with it.
In fact, at village level, we have got CSE governance center, CSE centers. So out there also, their CSE governance, they are also given responsibility to be a facilitator at the village level, wherein you can open your Jan Dhan account, or for that matter, Indian Post Payment Bank is at village level. It's a post office, Department of Post banking cycle. They are into village level opening of bank accounts. So there are various instruments available. There are various agencies who are working at the grassroots level, wherein the CSE centers are the facilitators, whether it is the updation of Aadhaar card, whether it is opening a bank account, or any other, or understanding of various government schemes which are prevalent, how to get soft loans. So all those informations are available at the village level, or a village person from the village. So they can reach out to these centers from where they can come to know about various schemes, what are prevalent right now, and what are the benefits they can accrue out of. So that way, yes, there are infrastructure and there are mechanisms available at the grassroots level for people get information in their understanding, the language of understanding, so that they can get benefited and they can be part of that process of social security schemes circle. And we also at IPFA are having partnership with Indian Post Payment Bank and with CSE governance, wherein they are on behalf of IPFA reaching out to the last man on ground, to the villagers, to the various communities in the villages, to make them understand what all benefits or what are schemes which are prevalent and what benefits they can accrue out of. So there is endeavor at different levels. So there are multiple organizations, they are working towards it. And the message has to be I'll request the audience to spread the message to the lowest, or the, I would say not the lowest, farthest person on ground, so that collectively all of us can work towards make India a stronger country and to contribute in the growth of the country by being financially literate and by facilitating financial inclusion at the national level.
Yeah. Thank you, Tushar sir. So, just a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, by the time I would like to add here that IPFA itself is creating a good example for this particular cause, because here we are talking about 50% participation women in different sectors. In IPFA you can actually come and see that more than 80% people who are working here in IPFA, they are women folk. I mean, all the CS majorly who are working here are women only, and they are contributing well. So I think in IPFA you can take the example that yes, not only we are promoting this concept, but yes, we are actually abiding by the things, we are following the things as well here at IPFA. Right.
Yeah. Next question is from Archana Ji from Mumbai. How can CA women come together under the flagship of ICI to empower rural women to become entrepreneurs, to avail financial services at large? It will help them to think beyond savings. So, first, as a suggestion, I would like to hear from Pinky ma'am, and then I will respond as a
Yes, of course, our committee is there. The committee is taking a lot of efforts in creating this financial awareness. I think we should join this committee and help Amit sir and his team to promote this financial means. I should say now, since IPFA is also in collaboration, they are in partner with ICI. So there's we can say there is a day, there will be a day when no one will be financial illiterate. So you can join this team.
Yeah, thank you, Pinky ma'am. But let me be honest at this juncture that Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is a statutory body set up by an act of parliament to regulate the profession of chartered accountancy. We have to understand this fact. Our first and foremost mandate is to regulate the profession of chartered accountancy. Financial literacy and other awareness activities are there, and we are trying our level best to perform our duties and as a partner in nation building. As far as this suggestion concerned to empower women as an entrepreneur, I think if I correctly understood, as a young CA member, I think Madam wants that ICI should have some seed money or some sort of incubation kind of thing, so that we can. Yes, it's a nice idea. We have a CSR committee with us in the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. We have a Women Empowerment Committee. We have different committees in the institute. And institute leadership is kind enough that they promote. They always holding various government initiatives and social cause. And they are really doing as a partner in nation building. Time and again, this is a good suggestion. We will discuss within our committee also how we can help you out. We have a committee for members in industry and business, but that too is specifically for chartered accountants. But yes, any CA member who wish to help the society and want to form a group or some company or some startup, then I think CA Institute can help them out, and in turn they can help the society at large. That can be done, but as a mandate or because it's a member students, somehow our source of revenue is from the members and students. So our major focus is towards our members and students only. But of course, society is also at that platform, and we try our level best to serve them. But through our members, if this can be done, it's a great idea. And Archana ma'am, I would request you to please come out with a proposal that how you is going to help the women entrepreneurs in the rural area. You start a startup and we see how, because at our BKC office in Mumbai we have an incubation center, and it's for chartered accountant members only. And I think we welcome the good ideas. If some good proposals are there, then institute is ready to accept it. First, it would be discussed in the committee level, then our apex body council will discuss, and then if deemed fit, we can come out with a scheme also. Any other question? So a lot of questions we have taken, and now is the time to wind up this 2 hours very mega and lengthy marathon discussion on very important topic. So I take this opportunity to thank very learned speaker, CA Dr. Pinky Agarwal ma'am. At the same time, I thank the organizer, although it's under the umbrella of IPFA. So rather thanking, I think as an institute, as a partner with the IPFA, we are very thankful to GM sir, to Anand sir, who is kind enough, who motivated us to host this program. Thank you, sir. Sumit sir, who is always very prompt in responding our request, and he's a bridge between IPFA and this ICI. He's very kind personality who always help us out in conducting such a wonderful program. So I think it would be not justified if I don't thank to the viewers who has spent their valuable time for patients hearing. I think their valuable suggestion will allow us to improve ourselves. I think the foremost thing is that they have given us wonderful ideas during this discussion. Tushar sir, you will appreciate that today during our discussion we have some idea, but out of box some idea has been given. Although it has some procedural aspect, and we have to look into that aspect also. But it's a wonderful idea that has been given by the viewers. So it's thank to Pinky ma'am that she has made this session very interactive. People listened and they have responded well. Sumit ji is coordinating, he popularized this event in different channels. We have our reach to our members and students, but IPF authority has a wider reach. So today we have more than 2,000 audience. And, it's a national event. I think it's a great moment for all of us that today we had a wonderful program. Tomorrow also we have a program, and tomorrow is dedicated to it's 3 p.m. It's dedicated to youth. It covers demons also. So all the viewers are requested to join tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a different topic with different speaker. I think it would be a informative session tomorrow also. So with these words, GM sir, you would like to have some concluding remarks?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Amit. It is always very heartening and it's very encouraging to see Dr. Amit Kumar Agarwal, the dynamic and energetic and always positive with his. So whenever we reach out to him, ICAI, we have already got positive, support, and because of he being there as secretary of the committee, I think we have come up with new ideas and new programs which will be rolling out in months to come once the COVID becomes better and people are safe. We will be getting into contact programs, physical events we will be organizing. And I'm sure with his leadership as part of the team ICAI and his leadership of his committee, I'm sure he will be able to do great wonders. I thank Dr. Pinky Agarwal ji. You have covered the topic very extensively, and it is very hard, encouraging to see that the topic which the way you have covered all the aspects of women empowerment, and I'm sure the audience who are watching this, if letter and spirit, the content is taken into consideration, I'm sure they, in their peers or in the neighborhood, they can spread this information and become the messenger of women empowerment. So it's like a chain reaction. So what we are wanting to do in the country is that we want each and every member or the citizen, the responsible citizen of the country, they become torchbearer of the knowledge bank which they have got. And further, they are, if you are able to influence, say, one woman and bring a change in her life, I think the effort of Dr. Pinky Agarwal ji and Dr. Amit Kumar Agarwal ji is fulfilled, because if each audience, each member, or if you are able to influence or convince or make one woman or a one girl child understand and get them into financial literacy, because people think that it's a very boring and a very it's very tough, difficult subject. But if we make it more easy to understand and pitch it at the level of their understanding, I'm sure we will be much more, have the 27% will go on to maybe 73% of financial literacy. With that as an aim, I thank each one of you, the audience, and I want each one of you, please be messenger and be a torch bearer of financial literacy and financial India, pan India, so that our loving country, our nation, India or Bharat, comes out of this, of deficit of financial literacy, and we become a strength by being empowering the woman. As on date, today we are celebrating the empowerment of women. So we all should be the torch bearers towards this with the purpose. I thank each one of you for coming, and I thank ICAI, Dr. Amit Agarwal ji especially, and Dr. Pinky Agarwal for giving such a insight on such a good topic. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That was a wonderful opportunity by IPFA and ICA also. I really thank Amit ji, Tushar ji, and Sumit ji.
Thank you, Tushar sir. Thank you, Pinky ma'am. Thank you, Sumit sir. With these, we conclude the session today. Thank you.